If you're somebody that is tired of waking up every single day, just kind of like dreading life, you're like, okay, I'm just sick of myself, sick of my attitude, doubting myself, second guessing my choices, really thinking about everybody else and what they should be doing. Or maybe you're thinking about everybody else and what they're not doing right and wish that they would change this thing. I really think that this video is going to help you today. I want to share with you 7 things, not that I started doing, but 7 things that I just stopped doing so I can improve my day-to-day life, my day-to-day well-being, my mindset, and really just stop letting outside circumstances, people, things, events, like just steal my joy and steal my, contentment and fulfillment and happiness. So if you are ready to feel better mentally, emotionally, I would even say physically, spiritually, just feel better, like in pretty much every single area of life. There's a beautiful bird. I feel like it's staring right at me. Here's the first one. I stopped controlling outcomes. I stopped really wanting to control outcomes, like manipulate things to work to how I want them. I met with a dear friend, neighbor, mom friend of mine for coffee today. We like to meet once a month and just talk about life, motherhood, school. When our kids start, we just like to talk, right? Just about things. And one of the things that came up today is really learning how to just let life be, right? Just really focus on, okay, this is how I can show up. This is what I can do to feel better. And this is what I can do just to have calm and trust in my life. It is focusing on yourself and what you can improve or edit or change or just really get honest with yourself about. So when you when you stop pointing the finger at people in your life or at things in the world, or just stop pointing the finger outside of you and instead really just focus on, okay, what do I have control over? Right? And what like mentally and also physically. So focus on what you can do to improve your mindset and just your day-to-day well-being. So a few examples are, if you just want to feel better and like grounded and just have more of a flow in your life, focus on getting up a little bit earlier. And really when your alarm clock goes off, my love, get up. Take, a few seconds or a minute or two to stretch, do some deep breaths, then hop out of bed and, get ready to do what you said you were going to do. Okay. If you said that you wanted to just do a mind dump practice in the morning, that's something I do. I don't really necessarily do a mind dump as much as I am journaling, but I'm not journaling everything I'm grateful for. I'm just journaling some things that I'm proud of myself for the past week, some things I'm looking forward to for the upcoming week, what I am grateful about, what I feel lucky, about and for, and just, some of the things that I enjoyed the past week. So that's my morning practice to help me to let go of wanting to control outcomes so badly. I wake up early, 6. I go downstairs. I do my 10-minute yoga practice, give or take. I come upstairs. I grab my journal and my pen, write down 6 to 7 things that are just on my mind to get out. And I, start my day, right? Eat the breakfast, do the things with my daughter, get her to daycare, do my workout when I come home, just do the things that are in my control that make me feel good in my mind, in my body, okay? And also just in my day to day. All right. So the first thing that I stopped doing was like trying so hard to control outcomes, manipulate things to control a certain outcome that I want or that I really wish could be. I just gave up on controlling outcomes and just started focusing on what is actually in my control. And it's interesting how when you focus on that, when you start focusing on yourself, changing things that you don't like, improving things or challenging yourself in certain areas, the people in your circumstances in your life magically start to change. Number 2 thing that I stopped doing was just wanting more. When I stopped focusing on wanting more, really like more money, more house, more material stuff. I really just started to feel regulated, calm, fulfilled, and content, and more spacious, actually, mentally. Here's the thing, the more stuff you have, then the more you have to manage it and the more expenses that come with it. You ever thought about that? If you want this bigger house, then you got to buy more stuff to put in it. Probably going to have to hire some people to maintain the house, right? And you're just going to have to work more to pay for the house. So I'm not saying that wanting more or a better life or improving it is a bad thing. It's just, like for me, I stopped wanting more when it came to like size and amounts. And what did you know? When I stopped feeling like I was behind and that my life should be different, or that, I wanted the more stuff, I really just started to be more present and really just grateful and happy and just at ease with with how my life is right now, with how my relationships are right now. I just became a better mother because I just became more present, less anxious, less busy for managing stuff. And just like I felt like I had more time when I stopped wanting more and more things. Okay. I mean, does that make sense at all? Like, can you relate to that at all? Wanting more, getting more, isn't it more of a headache in many ways? Let me know. Let me know like what your point of view is on this. The third thing that I stopped doing to improve my mindset in my day-to-day life was just trying too hard. Sometimes we can try way too hard to try to erect a feeling in somebody because we want them to feel good, because we want them to like us more or feel more comfortable or really just like us more. So it's like, don't overdo the text reply. Don't overdo the bringing the thing to, the party. Don't overdo the email. Don't overdo the job. Don't overdo, the wardrobe. Just like stop trying so freaking hard. And when you stop trying so hard, you'll notice that you're enough. And really trying hard, like too hard to like do things, be better, make someone feel this way. Like if you can just really truly be yourself. Maybe you are somebody who's very generous. Maybe you are somebody who's very like calm and just kind of simple. Maybe you are somebody that is more introvert and quiet. Maybe you are somebody like just be your true self as best as you can. That, I mean, just a little insight about me, because you probably can't tell in these videos. I love being by myself. I love having time to myself. I enjoy being alone. And I just enjoy like a simple life, which may seem like it's, boring, but that's just who I am. And when I stop trying so hard to do things, make someone feel this way or do this plan or make this extra special, then I can just really be my authentic self. I'm able to connect better, be more present with a friend, and really just feel seen because I'm being my real self. So, number 3, I just stopped trying so hard. Where does this resonate with you? Like, where are you trying way too hard in relationships? Where are you trying too hard to where it's like it's actually backfiring? Okay, share with me below in the comments. I hope that this is landing. That one's landing, resonating. I would love to know how you feel about this. Okay, share with me below the comments if you feel compelled to. The number 4 thing that I stopped doing was short form social media. I just stopped it. I don't have the Instagram, never had the TikTok, thank God. It is not designed to support you in any which way at all. It just steals your time and it hijacks your brain, because short form social media, it's a quick hit. And you can really get lost in buying stuff that you don't need. And you can really just get lost and have your joy stolen because you're comparing yourself and your life to other people. I quit that. I feel more grounded, present, and like my life is just more simpler. And that has really worked for me. What do you think? Do you think it's time to quit social media, get the app off your phone? Do you think it has helped you more and improved your life more? Or do you think it's really affecting you and you want to start learning how to, set a boundary, break up with it? Let me know in the comments. Number 5 thing that I quit doing or that I stopped doing, this is really going to annoy some people, but this is just me. I quit watching the news. I joke, and some people roll their eyes and they look at me like I'm an idiot, but I'm like, I'm the least informed person of the world news. News to me, here's what you need to know about mainstream news and media. Fear is what sells. Fear is what gets clicks. Fear is what gets attention. And fear is what really F's up your thinking, your mindset, and it has you create these stories that the world is so terrible. Yes, there's terrible things happening, and that's all you're hearing about. You're not hearing about the good. It's like, focus on where you are right now. There's probably a lot of good happening in your immediate community, but you're just not, attuned to it or connected to it or can really see it and appreciate it and evaluate, what's happening in your immediate community or circle or connections or life, because you're so focused on the world news, because it's so enticing to click like, oh my God, this train wreck, like I can't look away from it. I get my news from my husband. He keeps me up to date. I mean, a few times in the morning, like whenever we're chatting, I'm like, okay, it's been a little bit. What do I need to know? Give me some updates. Because he does watch the news. Mainly, he wants to know what's happening about the war in Ukraine, because my husband, our family is in Ukraine, and we want to know what's happening. And then he learns about some other news and things. I learned about a little bit of the news from my friend today at our coffee date. I learned a little bit about the news from, my sister when we meet up, and from like family when I see them at birthday parties. I'm good. You might be like, oh, wow, so privileged. I mean, no, just really guarded and protective of my mental health. That's it. Maybe if your job is to know what's happening in the world and the news, that's a different story, but there's got to be boundaries that you could set, right? So, what do you think about that? Do you think, oh, that's silly, or that irresponsible, or like, is this landing? Like, do you want to learn how to have boundaries with the news and maybe not consume so much of it, especially the mainstream fear propaganda, fear provoking, fear mongering stuff? Because that's what gets clicks. That's what pops up in the feeds. That is what, that's how the world controls you to stay small and stuck with the fear mongering. What do you think? Share with me below in the comments. Do you think that would be helpful to you to have boundaries? Or do you think, oh my God, no, totally irresponsible. I got to stop watching. I got to stop listening to your videos. Tell me what you think in the comments below. The sixth thing that I stopped doing and that I really have been intentional with setting boundaries with is not consuming so much entertainment like shows, Netflix or Amazon Prime shows, or like just TV. I have this rule and this commitment. I'm not like 100% at this, especially when it's that time of the month. More of a soothing thing for me is to watch a Lifetime movie, when I'm on my period. But, like when I'm not and I'm feeling more, just like balanced and good, I have a rule to where, okay, I only watch shows on the weekends, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I even try not to even do it on Friday, sometimes just Saturday and Sunday. In the evening, I just read. I'm reading a book. That's my entertainment. And it also helps me get to bed earlier, about, 9:30, 10. If I'm watching a show, I'm usually staying up later than 9:30, 10, usually. I just think it's important to always be learning new things, evolving or growing, learning new skills, and just being open to different ways of challenging yourself, different cultures, different ways of doing things, different mindsets, different perspectives. You get this stuff from books, more so like nonfiction books. And whatever I'm struggling with, or whatever I want to get good at with, or whatever I want to change my way of thinking with, that's the book I pick up. That's the book I pick up. I like reading business books. I like reading books on relationships. I like reading books on a little bit of AI. I just like learning stuff. And, a lot of us might be like, oh yeah, I don't have time. Well, no, we do. We're just on the social media, Instagram short form, or we're watching too many fun shows. Could you set a boundary with your show, Netflix, we'll call it, entertainment intake? Instead of every night for an hour or two, can you challenge yourself? Maybe do a 30-day challenge of, all right, I am only watching shows Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And then during the week, Monday through Thursday, you're reading for an hour. And then lo and behold, oh my God, wow, I got a good night's sleep because you went to bed at a decent time. Okay. That's, something that I quit doing, that I stopped doing, was watching too much show. I just stopped. And it's made a world of a difference in my life with my mindset and just my, how I do my day to day. I'm just a happier person. I feel smarter. I feel stronger. I feel like I'm prepared for the future, for the unknown, for the uncertainty, because I'm just constantly learning, just a curious little organism here. And it served me very well. And I imagine that it will continue to. Let me know your thoughts on that below. The number 7 thing that I stopped doing, that I quit doing, that has made a world of a difference with my mind, with my day-to-day life. You've heard me say this before in other videos. A big reason why is because I'm also, almost 42. So I'm getting on the older end. I just quit drinking. There's really nothing good about drinking. Look, I'm not saying you need to. I'm not saying you should. Some people can handle, their wine, their liquor better. But, for me at this stage of my life with a toddler, 42, wanting really to have another baby, hopefully we can get pregnant again soon. Like the alcohol just ain't cutting it. It's not helping with the aging. I'm already a white woman with fair skin. I'm already aging a lot faster than people who aren't white and fair. It just doesn't do anything good for me. I wake up foggy. I wake up hungover, even from a glass of wine. I end up eating things that I know that I shouldn't be eating and that don't contribute to, the health and fitness that I strive for. And it financially doesn't do anything good. So that's another thing that I just quit that has really helped my mindset and my day-to-day life and my pocketbook. And I really feel more confident about my future self and my retirement, what that's going to look like. And just, I show up better as a coach. I show up better as a mom, as a wife. I show up better to myself and to my friends. Like, it's quitting drinking, no longer drinking, has been, I think, by far the most impactful thing that I've done. It's been the most transformative thing in my life and relationships in the last almost, I don't even know how long it's been. I think nine months, maybe a little less. Yeah, about 9 months, we'll say. It's been life-changing. If you ever want to, if you're struggling mentally or, physically, energetically, and, you're in midlife, try it. Try to eliminate alcohol for a few months. 5 days ain't going to do anything. You're probably going to go through a withdrawal after the first 2 to 3 months because you're going to want that sugar withdrawal. I'm not saying if you have an addiction to it, but even if you're just like, a glass of wine a night or two a night, two days a week, like me, you are going to, you need time to really clear your body in this habitual behavior of drinking alcohol. So really give it a good 90 days to see how you feel and just see if you can keep going with it. I'm not saying swear off, oh, I'm never drinking again. I think that's too absolute. I think that's putting a lot of pressure on yourself. That's still something that I haven't done, like, oh, I quit drinking forever, never. No, I haven't said that to myself. I just continue to be proud of myself and really acknowledge how good I feel without it. If you are somebody that you just want to feel better mentally and physically and just really start enjoying your day-to-day more, I encourage you to try eliminating a few of these 7 things that I shared here with you today. Let's do a recap real quick. Controlling outcomes, wanting more, trying too hard, short form social media, watching the news, 6, watching too much TV, and 7, drinking alcohol. Experiment with these. I'm not saying all of them, but if your life isn't working, if you're not feeling good, if relationships aren't how you want them, if you don't feel good in your body, if you're not happy at your work, if you're just, not happy with the state of the world, try these things. Try some of these things and see if they make a difference. Challenge yourself to get uncomfortable and to change your ways for the next 30 days with some of these things that I shared with you here today. And let me know. Come back and let me know, hey, this is great. Or tell me right now, okay, this one sounds great. I'm going to try this. Or Nikki, this one sounds absolutely stupid. I'm not going to do that. But share with me below, what was helpful today? What are you taking away? What are you going to give a shot? This is the type of coaching I do with my clients. If you're stuck, you're ready to get unstuck, and you know that you need to start taking personal responsibility and accountability to do your part, but you're not too sure what your part looks like, what those next steps are, that's exactly what I teach my clients in a Confident Woman Unleash, my signature program. Please go to my website. It's below in the description. It's just my name, nikkimcmillan.com. Read the 8 steps I teach in the Work With Me tab. Read the testimonials of the women that I've helped over the years. If all that is, landing with you, if that's speaking to you, book in a free clarity call. Let's have a conversation. Talk about where you're at, what's no longer working, and how I can help you. Okay. And let's talk about the new results. Okay. And the life that you really want to create for yourself over the next year. All right. I've been doing this work with women for for about 10 years. I started with myself for a year doing what I needed to do. And now I just teach women all over the world how to unleash their confidence and start living a life on their terms. And it's pretty freaking amazing how much can change and not as much time, not as long as a time as you might be thinking. I'm going to wrap up. Long video. Thank you so much for watching. If you appreciated this video today, you'll probably like this one and this one. So give them a look as well and see if they feel supportive and helpful for you. Okay. See you soon. Bye for now.